Hey, welcome back to session 2 of Solving Why Finding Your Purpose. Today, we are going to be talking about building our system and why our system matters. I'm in a tank top right now because one of my biggest things that I've started accomplishing in life is making sure that I stay physically in shape. I'm in better shape than I've been since I was in high school, actually, even better since before then. And a lot of that has to do with the mental, physical, and spiritual well being that I've implemented in my life. And I know so many times we want to get in good shape, right? We want to have the body, we want to have good mental health, we want to feel like we have some kind of spiritual connection. But how often are we asking, why do we want those things? Like, why is it important? Why is your mental health important? And how do you even deal with mental health? How do you deal with anxiety? How do you deal with stressors, right? Whenever it comes to your physical health, like, why should I work out? Why should I watch what I diet? Why should I get proper sleep? And then whenever it comes to our spiritual well-being, like, does it even matter if there's anything out there? And so this session today, we're going to be reviewing a little bit about session 1 whenever it comes to 8 questions. And then we're going to dive in whenever it comes to building our system and why integrating these things in our life matters more than just affirmation and acceptance. So if you went through the first session with us, we asked these 8 questions. The 8 questions are: who are you? What do you do? What is your purpose? What word describes what others think about you? What do you admire the most? What is your life goal? And why are you here in this meeting today? And then list 5 things that you're grateful for. I would encourage you, if you are going through this virtually, go back and revisit these questions. Go back and look at these and go, have any of these changed since the last class? Like, are any of my words starting to line up? What I would love for you to do is go back and reread these and see if maybe there's one word that you could tie to each one of these, and see if there's a word that starts coming to you as you go through this process, okay? And if you are joining us on School or one of the other online training platforms, with the other people that you're going through with, go see what their answers are. Get some feedback from them. See what's changing in their lives. That's how you actually start adopting these things. But today, we're going to talk a little bit about our mind, our body, and our spirit whenever it comes to connecting it to our why, our purpose. So your mind, body, and spirit. I know you've probably heard this more times than you care to admit. And so many times we just hear it and we just look past it, right? The Trinity, things come in 3. 3 is a perfect number, right? All these things come to us, but so many times we go through these and we just kind of skip over them. We get in that automation we talked about in the last class. And I think it's really important to intentionally break down each one of these things and look at why do they matter. Well, mental health. Our mind tells our body what to do. What happens if your mind is not functioning correctly because of holding on to things? We talked about the backpack theory in the last session, right? How do you start unpacking those things? We're going to talk about that today. Do we have chemical imbalances? Do I lack confidence? Are we strengthening the brain, which is connected to the mind? And what's the difference between the brain and the mind? Number 2, physical health. Our body is the container that carries us through this life. More so than just looking good, guys and girls, like, it is literally our physical container. It's what carries us through this life. I live and I train so that I can live to 100 and then fall off a cliff. Every day, just getting a little bit better. How do we treat it? What do we eat? How much do we exercise? Do we rest? And why does it even matter? Spiritual health. Is everything connected? If so, how exactly does spirituality affect our physical and mental health? How do we find purpose without something greater? It's really easy to fall into this trap of it just all being about you, like this singularity, right? And so we're going to dive in a little bit, just like this guy, like he's looking over and going like, why do these things matter? Well, let's dig into it.